Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to some Mystical Block. Take a quick look around here. I've gotten pretty much the starting portions of my plans going here. I'm happy with how it's turned out there now. Got the, oops, let's not walk on top of our fire. Our oak log trims on our farms there with some pathways. And then some little places at the intersections there for us to throw down some infrastructure items that we'll be building in this episode here. So let's just jump right into it here. Oh, there we go. Jump right into it here. So I've got some resources in my hotbar here, which should help us moving forward. And just to point out here, I got my first furnace built here, and I think I got enough for 27 more. Just note that we do have tiny coal in there, so you can melt, so you can, you don't have to do full stacks or full things of 8 if you're that kind of person, but we have so many resources in this sky block here, it's not super important. I just wanted to point it out there. So 3 stacks of wood. Two of which I'm going to do like that, oh, like that, and then like that. This will get us 64 colossal chest walls. I'm only doing 64 for the quest. It's a little bit odd because the quest doesn't match what you need to make it. I think we need 81 colossal chest walls if you wanted to make a proper 5x5x5. But we're just going to be making a 3x3x3 for now, just to have a nice big piece of storage there. So we do need 1 colossal chest core. And am I going to the right? Yeah, we can do it over here. That's fine. And then we'll just make a 3x3. Oh, and it's got to be an empty 3x3x3, so there's going to be 1 space in the middle. And my cat's walking all over here, so this is the weird thing about this, what's it called, matic, is that it doesn't fully act like an axe properly. So we just leave that 1 space in the middle there. And now we've got quite a bit of storage to go in there. So in the mining dimension, if we look at our map, we see that there are pools of water. In my little bit of looking around there, I didn't find any immediately, so I've gone to the alternate way of making water, which is with the crucibles, because we have ex nihilo in here. Just to note that there is 2 types of crucibles. There's the ex nihilo sequentia, which these ones are a little bit buggy. The ones that you make with the sticks, they don't have proper textures when you put the items in the tops, although they can make more than 1 bucket at a time, whereas the ones from ex compressium that don't need the sticks, they just use extra logs, so they're a little more resource intensive, but they work better in the world, right? So I can't add more seeds to that one, but there is a bucket of water in there, so we'll grab our first bucket of water. And then it also has the GUI properly there, where you can see how much solid volume, how much liquid volume is in there, and then we'll just work that out to get our second bucket of water so that we can have an infinite water source for all of our water needs moving forward. Let's throw those away, and we will go to our stone now. So there's a couple of different options for smelting in the pack. We can go down the Inferium and the Mystical Agriculture ones. These are handy for doing, things a little bit faster, but if we're going to be doing lots of bulk smelting, then the Jumbo Furnace is going to be a little bit better. The thing about the Jumbo Furnace is to get it to go faster, like smelting multiple items at a time, we need these ortho-dimensional hyper furnaces, which, if we look at the crafting recipe for them, requires 8 Jumbo Furnaces and an Ender Pearl just to make one, and each Jumbo Furnace is 27 furnaces smelted down. Now, we don't have to smelt down these furnaces to place it, but it makes it a little bit easier because it ends up as one block, right? Oh, this doesn't have the... Yes, this pack doesn't have the way to balance our grid, so I'm gonna have to do this a little bit the long way, but it'll work out all the same. Oh, I got enough cobblestone, but I smelted just enough smooth stone to make with this one furnace here. So, oh, I need a pickaxe, which I broke because I was going to show off something else. But yeah, just if you want to fix your pickaxe, you can do it in the Tinker Station with a little bit of cobblestone rather than making the repair kits, which costs you a pattern each time. But if you're out and if you're in the mining dimension or you're in another pack with, and you're out exploring, then the repair kits are a little bit better, saves you from carrying around the station and having to put it down every time you want to repair your pickaxe. I'm going to put that down at the back, I guess. And then, yeah, the Jumbo Furnace is just a 3x3 of furnaces. Remember, we got to crouch to place those guys once we're aiming at other furnaces. And there we go. Now you have 9 slots for fuel, 9 slots for things that you want to, and then obviously 9 slots for output. So start off doing something like, it doesn't really matter, right? Fuel in. Oh, I didn't grab. Did not grab. Oh, they went in there. That's what happened. One of the downsides of having the connected inventory is sometimes it'll default to going into this connected inventory, but now that I've got the big guy, I don't really need it anymore, so let's just throw everything in there. Just was going to point out that's the stone hammer here, which leads to getting our gravel, sand, and dust. I haven't made, don't need the snad right now because I don't need to make any, grow any sugar cane, or what's the other thing that it grows really fast? There's a couple of things that the snad grows a lot faster than regular sand or dirt, but sugarcane is one of them. But this leads us to dust, which is why we wanted to make the water source. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, my brain sometimes. And just put those away there. Keep things moving along over there. back away over here. Now that we have 2 of those, we can do that, and we've got infinite water there. We'll need some smooth stone, or not smooth stone, but regular stone. We'll need a slab so that we can make the stone barrel. Oh, I forgot to keep the dust, sand, and gravel, because we're going to need these. We're going to work our way towards the Tinker's smeltery, and we'll do a quick stop first for we got to do the smaller one. I forget what they call it there. But yeah, just using dust in the stone barrel with water. This is the manual way to get yourself clay. Oh, I had 8. Then we're going to make ourselves some grout so that we can get some of the bricks going, which is why I was doing coal over here. There we go, and then we just let that work in the background while we do other things. So the next thing that we're going to tackle here is, yeah, we'll work our way through the, I just heard a sound I did not want to hear. Because I forgot to sleep, I now have phantoms to deal with. But, there we go, just like that. That should deal with them. Sorry about all those loud sounds. For now, I'm done with those. Actually, I'm going to keep these slabs on me for the moment for what we do in a minute or two here. And we're waiting on that to get going on our smeltery. Show how we move forward with the mystical agriculture. So I mentioned earlier we need this 2 times compressed cobblestone. We're going to need some prosperity shards, which I grabbed from the mining dimension. So we take the 2 double compressed. That will make us a gemstone. And then we need I need to turn this gemstone into the inferium gemstone. There we go. And then we can get the infusion crystal. And this is how we step up to go to the next level of the mystical agriculture ones, essences. And then with the infusion crystal itself, you can then craft the next tier by doing that. And it won't use this one there. So just to note that. And then if you wanted to go to the next tier after that, and then, oh, yeah, we'll need a lot more, right? We wanted to do now, just to note that it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, because with these individual ones, you can't use the higher tiers to craft the lower tiers. So you'll probably end up making, like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of these inferium crystals before you can actually get to the master infusion crystal. But yeah, so on and so forth, going up the chain there. Just to demonstrate, that's how we get all of the higher level of the infusion crystals there, which takes us down this rabbit hole here towards the insanium essence. And yeah, to make inferium furnaces there, we do need just a regular furnace plus a couple of ingots. Ingots aren't too bad. It just takes the prosperity ingot plus a couple of essences, and the prosperity ingot is a piece of metal with some shards on it. So that's how you go down if you wanted to make those kinds of furnaces there. They get super fast down here, so if you just need to do one thing quickly, then yeah, you can make that one. But like I mentioned earlier, I prefer doing the jumbo furnace thing. Didn't give me the thing for that, but that's not a huge deal really at the end of the day. Oh, I forgot that I did need a little bit of glass, so we'll throw that in there and let that finish off when it gets there. Then yeah, the next thing to note is, oh yeah, we needed to get our seared bricks. Actually, we need this. We'll do one piece of glass right quick here. 32 actually happened to work out pretty perfectly there. So we'll need a melter. Oh, not the seared fuel tank. Oh yeah, we need a seared fuel tank. Ooh, what did I forget here? Okay, I totally gapped on that recipe. Oh, we needed a ingot gauge, so we needed 5 pieces of glass for that. So I'll throw this on a quick pause while we prepare that stuff there. Oh, I guess the other thing I wanted to point out is when you've completed, a lot of these quests don't have anything related to them, but a few of them do, like no rewards here, but down here, things like this got bread root for it. Instead of clicking through each one to collect everything, just up there you can collect all the rewards. That just ended up being a bunch of extra bread for now to get us through the early game, because we'll be getting crop seeds here fairly shortly once we have an iron axe or iron pick, and we're able to actually mine up the what's it called? Diamonds. So normally you'd make this seared heater first, but we don't really need it because this seared fuel tank will do the trick for us, I believe. But yeah, we're going to go here. We've got some close by lava. Well, that was not a good place to put that. This will 4 buckets of lava for us. And I need that glass now, right? So we'll get that going. We will need a basin. And a couple of these as well. Because the recipe for the smeltery controller is we have to take the seared heater, which I showed earlier, and pour 4 ingots of molten copper over top of it. And we have to put that into a basin. Now, to get the molten copper before he even can get the smeltery controller seems like a, you know, a catch-22 where you can't actually make the molten copper before you get there. But we can get in the seared melter, like I mentioned earlier, which just needs this gauge. So should get lots of those there. Now, I think this works. I'm not 100% because it's been a while since I did that. And the one thing that I did forget to mine when I was here was copper. I know I saw it, but I just forgot to grab it because my pickaxe broke. Why didn't my multi-mine work? 4, perfect. We only need 2 because these chunks here will double when you use it in the Tinker's melter and the smeltery. So yes, you don't even need the actual heater, although typically you would make the heater before you make the fuel tank, but obviously that wasn't, it's not 100% needed, but we still do need it so that we can make the smeltery controller. We're going to need a couple of other ingots of copper as well, which I failed to do, but that's... Oh yeah, that's not done. It's not done yet. It's cooling. There should be a GUI there telling you that it's... Oh, maybe... I think there's only 2 in there. I think this melter doesn't double. Well, it obviously didn't there. See if I can't find a chunk in here somewhere. In the 291 pages. Oh, see? Yeah. So I only got 2 ingots, 6 nuggets. What did I end up with? I ended up with an extra ingot and 3 nuggets, which isn't exactly what I need, but it's not bad either. I'm just going to go need to find one more piece of copper, I think. I don't know that I know if I've seen any more in my immediate vicinity here, so... No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to go searching for that. So this is where we'll put it on a pause, and I'll bring you back in a minute, and we'll finish off this episode. All right, so copper acquired, we're melting it down. So I went from 1 and 3 to 2 and 6. So you get a 33% extra there. I do know that when we get these into the smeltery proper, then we do get actual 2 ingots per one that we put in, but 4 ingots kind of works out perfectly anyways, because we get 4 blank sand casts in if we need to do that. So then you just put an ingot in there, pull it out. Then when you do that, we'll get an ingot of copper, but it will use up the cast. So a little bit of process here to pull that out, then do that. And 4 ingots of copper is decent because this leads us to the other tricky one, that's the seared drain. So now we have the the fuel tank, the drain, the controller, and the only thing that we haven't done yet is the seared bricks, which we need. This is what the bulk of the smeltery will be made up of. And I don't think I have enough. But we can do a real small setup here just to demonstrate it, and then explain how it can be expanded upon after. So by real small, I mean a 1x1 smeltery. So each smeltery needs at least one of these seared bricks on the bottom, and then if you want to make it bigger, then the next size up would be a 2x2, right? But I don't have enough to do that right here on camera, and I want to square off this episode right now, so we'll just showcase the absolute bare minimum that we need, right? So we'll need a drain somewhere. I don't know that that's placed properly. No, it hasn't. This big open square there will need to face towards the inside. So we'll do that one there. I'm just using these for, oh, we can do that for placement block for now, right? We can get a controller, a tank, and one of those. Invalid block in the structure, which is the one in the middle. Actually, let's just put that back down there. Take that block out of there. And now we actually have a valid smeltery. It's a 1x1, so we only have one spot to be able to smelt things out of. But we'll notice now when I put one copper ore chunk in, I will get 2 out at the end. And we'll just put down a basin there. One of those guys there. And see, we ended up with 2 ingots of molten copper there. So I can make another sand cast and pour that out there, or we can just leave it in there, and things won't mix in this smeltery here because we actually need to make a different structure to make alloys. And oh yeah, I forgot all this stuff is in the tinker, so it's not easy for me to find there. But anyways, that's everything I wanted to go over in this one here. Actually was melting down the iron and getting the iron pickaxe. I think that's where we're going to leave it off here. So let's get 1 piece of sand, 1 piece of iron. Melt down the iron. Get that again. We do need a stone pickaxe head. Oh, I need 2 pieces of stone to make a pickaxe head. So there we make the pickaxe head mold out of the sand cast. Then we'll move the molten iron down to the bottom. It does take 2 ingots to pour out this mold here. Now we have our iron pickaxe head. Just take it over here, throw that together, and no matter where our durability is on this stone one, even if it was broken like I had at the beginning of the episode there, it'll come back with the full durability there. So now that we have that, we can actually go and mine up some diamonds and emeralds and whatever else that you want to. Most of the other things that are in the mining dimension there we'll be able to grab. There's a couple of things that you can't, but we won't need those just yet. The other obvious thing that we'll be looking at getting will be obsidian, but this is, we can just get with a stone barrel, and it's going to be a lot faster and easier than trying to mine it with a diamond level pick anyways. And that is everything I wanted to go over in this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Throw that thumbs up if you did, and I appreciate you all, and we will see you in the next one.